Here we have the outside of the Swift Lifestyle 6TD. If we firstly come to the gas locker, you'll see that we have room in here for 2 gas bottles. Regulator just up the top here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and then screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is off for travel. As we move along, you'll see the wind point just here for the front corner steady, and above that we have the flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with this particular flue, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. Next we have water into the caravan. To remove the submersible, just put your finger on the blue trigger here and then give it a bit of a wiggle and out it'll pop, and then plug it back in again. Next we have the battery locker, and in here we have the leisure battery, the mains hookup point, and then tucked behind the hookup point we have the isolator key point for the motor mover. As we move along, we have the 2 grey water drains just here, and above we have the header tank fill point for the toilet. So pop your pink solution in here and then top the rest up with water. Do not travel with this completely full or it will slosh around and make a hell of a mess inside. So to drain down for travel or winterization, if we now come to where the cassette is located, you'll find tucked just up the top here a hose. Just pull the end to drain down the flush water. To remove the cassette, lift and then pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your blue toilet chemical with a little bit of water. Also empties from here. Just remember that when you are pouring away, to hold the button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a really quick and handy way just to give the cassette a good clean out. We then have wheels on this and an extendable handle. As we then come to virtually the rear of the caravan, we have an access point underneath the bunk bed at the rear. We then have the rear corner steady wind points. And then as we come round the other side, we have the weight plate just here. This will also give you the tyre sizes, tyre pressures and the alloy wheel torque setting, and if you use the spare wheel, the torque setting for that as well. The spare wheel is located in the carrier just underneath. We then have the vents for the fridge. Again, we don't really need to do anything with these, just make sure that nothing is obstructing them, and do not spray a lot of water at them when washing the caravan. We then have an external 3-pin socket, access underneath the bench seat, and the external barbecue point. If you are going to use this, you do need a barbecue adapter. It's a brass spear about this long. Attach the hose of the barbecue to one end of it with a Jubilee clip, and then the other end plugs in where my finger is just here. Once it's plugged into place, you will then be able to turn the gas on. To remove it, just push on the collar towards the caravan and it will then pop itself out. This model of caravan is alarmed, and the alarm fob basically looks like this. So we have the top one, which is just a torch. The next one is arm disarm, and it's 1 beep armed, 2 beeps disarmed. The next one allows us to turn the awning light on and off, and then the last one has a letter P written on it, and that stands for program. We can alter the characteristics of the alarm. We can't inadvertently do anything just by pressing it. We do have to hold it down for an additional 10 seconds, and we also need to be looking at the PIR inside, and ideally also have the little instruction pamphlet for the alarm to hand, and then we can then put this alarm into what's known as high wind mode. So if it is being buffeted by the wind, you can dampen the sensor down. You can also put it into pet friendly mode, so we can disarm the internal sensors